All righty. Welcome, Lindsay. We are here doing our author interviews for the Holiday Book Festival that's coming up. And let me scroll that banner on the bottom. Coming up November 30th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Kensington Mill Falls Events in Milford, Michigan. Welcome, Lindsay.
Hi, thank you for having me.
All right. Lindsay, you have um, looking at your registration, you said that you will be reading, which I'm
Mhm.
excited about. And the book you're going to be reading is also in our book cover contest.
It
And
is.
that is The Pirate Doctor. Did you happen to have a copy with you?
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is so cute.
Yeah.
That is adorable.
My pirate doctor. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I'm excited to come. I'm excited to read. I'm excited to everyone meet Rue, my pirate doctor.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about that book.
Sure. So, first, I love telling how the book came to be. I have two
Mm-hmm.
kids. Now they are 4 and 6. My 6-year-old daughter is the one that kind of came up with the character Rue. I love asking her. It was been a couple years now because the book's been out for a couple years, but I love asking her, "What do you want to do when you get older? What do you think you want to be?" And because she's so creative and she has such like engineering mind that I'm like, she's probably going to be an architect or an engineer. That's my guess right now. But
Mm-hmm.
she told me one day she wanted to be a doctor. And I said, all right, that's great. What kind of doctor do you want to be? Do you want to be a doctor for pregnant mamas? Do you want to be some kind of specialist? And she said, no, I want to be a doctor for pirates. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. And, I started thinking of a little girl who could be a heroine for all these pirates. And a lot of toys and a lot of books and TV shows, they are so heavily boy influenced, it seems. You don't really
Mm-hmm.
ever see a lot of pirates that are, pink and purple and super girly. And my daughter was really a mix of both things. She loves, the traditional girl things. Her favorite colors are anything that sparkles. She loves purple, but she loves doing, what we would deem as boy stuff. And she can never
Mm-hmm.
really find a happy medium. She can never find her boyish things that she loves that are in the colors that she loves that are typically
Mm-hmm.
associated with girls. So the pirate doctor is very much decorated in like pastels. It's very, friendly for
Mm-hmm.
all the boys and girls who want to see a pirate in a pastel fun world. And so, yeah, so that's kind of
Awesome.
how the book came to be. So, Rue is my pirate doctor, and we follow Rue on an adventure as she goes to heal a pirate that comes to her with an earache.
Ah, very good.
Yes.
Now, you've got a couple other books. Are they along the same genre or different genres?
They pretty much are on the same genre. My first book was called To the Moon and Back. It's a
Mm-hmm.
shorter, like bedtime rhyme. It's about a little boy who continues to get lost in space, and mom does all these goofy, funny things to go after him. It's more like the depth of a mother's love and what we'll do for our children and how far we'll go to make sure they're safe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a board book. It's a shorter bedtime rhyme. And then my
Okay.
Pirate Doctor was my second one. And
Mm-hmm.
my third one just came out last year. I just celebrated its first birthday. It is
Ah.
the Guardians of the Garden. It's another picture book, and it's also derived from my antics of my children. It's about two kids who guard their backyard garden from critters who want to steal all their fruits and veggies.
Ah, well, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so I was looking at your bio, and you're an editor for an architecture magazine, which is way different genre than what you write.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I love it. I've been the editor of this magazine for 11 years now, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just so much fun. It's a magazine for architects, so it's very technical, and I'm learning construction every day, which is fun. I never thought I would end up here. I went to school for journalism, so I definitely knew I could go many different routes with that background.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's where I ended up in design and construction.
Awesome. Um, it says that you're a Michigan representative for the Book Fairies Worldwide. What is the Book Fairies Worldwide?
Yeah, so if you don't know what the book fairies are, absolutely look them up. It's such a cool organization. I found this organization 7 years ago. I stumbled upon them on Instagram. They are
Mhm.
from London. They're based in London. And the book fairies, what they do is they leave books everywhere for people to read. So it's kind of like a revolving, walkable, free little library.
Hmm.
And yeah, so we at the book fairies, I'm the Michigan rep. I had reached out and I said, "Hey, can I talk to whoever's in charge of Michigan? I would love to get involved, see what goes on." And Cordelia, the woman who oversees the London
Mhm.
initiative, said, "Actually, I don't have anyone in Michigan. Would you like to be my Michigan rep?" I was like, "Sure, I guess so." And another job onto the list, but yeah, I can do that. Um, and yeah, so that's what I do. I work with a lot of authors. I work with mostly publishing houses to promote their books, and even books that I have in my library that I've read and I would like to put to good use. I just slap one of their stickers on it. I put some in, I leave it. If I'm going to a certain store, if I'm going to the park, wherever I'm going that day, I'll leave it on the route for the next reader.
Is there any particular place that you put the books? Or do you wrap it or how does that work?
Yeah, I put ribbon on. I have this that says free book, read and then leave for the next reader. And it really depends. Like, it just depends if I'm going somewhere that day. I'll take a book with me. I can leave a book. Sometimes if we're working with an author or a publishing house and the book has a certain theme to go with it, I'll try to follow that
Mhm.
theme. So if our book has a train involved in it, I'll leave it at a train station. I'll leave it at a bus stop. If it's something to do with a park or out, I'll leave it at a park. I'll leave it where I'm going that day.
Hmm. Very interesting. And then it also says that you're one of the founders of a Pop of Indie, Michigan's first traveling book fair for self-published authors. How
Yeah.
can, because um, I'd say almost all of the authors that will be joining you in November will be self-published authors or very
Sure.
small press.
Mm-hmm.
How do they get involved and what is the traveling book fair? Is it just their books that are traveling or is it the authors that are traveling also?
It's mostly books, but it absolutely involves authors too. What we target mostly is elementary schools. A number of
Mhm.
our books are picture books, but we do have middle grade books too. So we kind of get the upper elementary levels too. But it's
Okay.
mostly for elementary kids. We mostly go to
Mhm.
schools. It's a free traveling book fair. It's free for schools for us to come there. A lot of schools want us to come after hours, so they make it like a family curriculum type of night.
Oh,
And it's
nice.
yeah, and what's special about a Papa Vindi, it's not just a book fair, it's super interactive. We have like 5 or 6 authors that rotate and come with us to different events. And at these
Mm.
events, we do writing workshops, we do a story time, we do crafts with the kids, we do like an author Q&A panel for the older kids. It's super fun. The schools have welcomed us with open arms. It's a great alternative to Scholastic. Uh, it's a
Ah,
very
yeah.
it's a very diverse set of authors that we have and diverse
Oh.
books, and it's amazing. I came up with the idea because my daughter was sending home from school scholastic catalogs like 7 times a year, and the books really didn't do much for me.
Mhm.
There wasn't a lot of options, and they just, I don't know, it was just something different. And I talked to authors. We travel in groups, so I had made a lot
Mhm.
of friends and authors in Michigan. And I was talking to my now business partner, Renee, about the idea. And she's like, let's go for it. So we started coming up with the concept and we started pitching it. We started getting authors on board. And we have about 25 Michigan self published authors, which is great. And yeah, they've done some amazing things. We mostly team up with schools, but we've also
Mhm.
started teaming up with some local businesses, some organizations. Coming up, I don't know when this will be airing, but at the end of August, we are doing a huge back to school event with Blake's Farms, which
Mm,
if
okay.
you're from Michigan, you know they are a
Yep.
huge business. So super excited to be partnering. This is probably our biggest event that we get. So, yeah.
Awesome. So you even say that you have spare time, which I'm not quite sure how you have spare time with all of what you do. So you fish and you have with your husband and you have two kids. How in the world do you have spare time? I have no idea. But where
You know,
are
that's
you doing any other events between, because this will go out in October?
okay.
Are you doing any events in October and November before, or maybe even shortly thereafter the Holiday Book Festival?
Yeah, that's a great question. I am so focused on August and getting my kids back to school and our big event with Blake's Farms that I don't even know what my schedule looks like come September, October. I do have a harvest festival that I'm doing somewhere around Michigan, and I need to look up to what city that is, but I
You'll
am
figure
doing a
it
couple of
out when
yeah, I'll
September
figure it
comes.
out. I know in November I will be in Clawson. I'll be doing Clawson's Christmas in Clawson that they have
Okay.
their yeah. It's like kind of like a craft show that they do. It's a
Hmm.
fantastic show. It's huge. I know I'll be there in November. That much I can tell you what my schedule
So you
looks
have November down. You've got two events in November.
like.
September is kind of iffy because,
Yeah,
and some schools already went back depending
yeah,
on
yeah.
where viewers are watching this from.
Mhm.
I'm currently in South Carolina and the kids have gone back to school.
Yes,
And I
yes.
noticed that this morning by the traffic pattern.
You're right.
And
Yes.
it's like, we
Yeah.
have this many cars around here? Really?
uh, Right. I
That's when
know.
I was informed that we have a elementary school just down the road. And I'm like, oh, I haven't gone that direction.
Right. Yeah. Here in Michigan, we start going back to 26. Most schools, most public
Okay.
schools start going back to 26. So we still have about a week and a half of summer left here.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you have any special plans for that week and a half of summer?
Oh boy. No, I was on vacation last week, so that was my major, my major plan. And now it's just gonna slowly start trying to get my kids back in a routine. My daughter, I put her in a gymnastics camp for next week
Ooh.
to get her back in a routine because it's like a 3 hour camp
Mm-hmm.
every day. So no, just trying to buckle down and hoping my kids are used to try to get them used to not sleeping until 8:30 every morning like they did.
Right?
So try to get back to a routine over here.
Nice. So, you've got the three books. Do you have plans for more books?
I do. So I've had one waiting in the wings for a while. It's going to come out next year, probably
Okay.
next September, because it's not a Halloween book, but it could be a good Halloween launch type of book. Yeah,
Oh,
so I have one coming out next year called Bookly, the Library Ghost, and I'm super excited about it.
oh, that sounds like fun. Also, children's. So, you're sticking with the children's genres for right now.
Yes. Yeah, yes. I
Awesome.
get asked that question a lot if I will switch genres, and I like to say I'll write for my kids. So as my kids get older, maybe I'll change my writing. My next book might be middle grade. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense if you're writing for your own children as they age, your books age.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today. This has been fabulous. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person in November at the Holiday Book Festival. And any last questions or comments?
No, no, this has been great. I look forward to meeting you and seeing everyone in November.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.